Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen News, each week bringing you the latest in Star Citizen content and a roundup of what's been happening in the community, this time for the week ending the 31st of July. The PC Games Mag article, there was a German PC Games article about a hands-on experience their journalists had while they were in the Frankfurt office of Star Citizen. They confirmed that patch 2.6 will have the long-awaited FPS module Star Marine in a similar vein to Arena Commander, and that 2.7 will have the first iteration of Procedural Planet tech, allowing us to fly down and explore planets. They talked a lot about their experience, and I've done a full breakdown of that article in English, as the original version is in German. Link in the description to have a look and read more about that. It is worth reading. There's some cool little photos there, and you get a little bit more in-depth knowledge of what they plan for the future. There was a Dragonfly winner. This month's winner of a ship was Ninth Skull, all one word in caps. You are the lucky winner of a Drake Dragonfly. August's giveaway is for another Dragonfly. Just comment on any of our Star Citizen content through August to be in for a chance to win that. I'm going to grab a load more prizes during the GamesCom sale, so we'll have a bit more variety as well. Gamescom info, as a nice segue to that. The Gamescom tickets for the presentation, which has sneakily come upon us because they said they weren't going to do a presentation and then went, surprise, are on sale. For Concierge, they were on sale for the 29th. Subscribers get it from the 30th, and all backers from Sunday the 31st, you'll be able to purchase tickets. That's from 12 PM PST each day. So this year's event is going to take place from 8 PM to midnight on August the 19th at Gamescom. Space is limited, so make sure you get your tickets. The presentation will begin at 9 PM German local time and will be live streamed via the Star Citizen Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Star Citizen. It's going to be hosted by Chris Roberts, and we'll get to see a showcase of what they've been working on last year. And up till now, basically, from last year's event. And they'll look at Procedural Planets as well, Star Citizen 2.7 in general, and lots of other bits and bobs. I'm assuming Star Marine and all that sort of jazz. We can tune in live if you're not going to be at the event via that Twitch, so it's worth doing. But if you are going to be at Gamescom, definitely try and grab yourself a ticket. It's something not to be missed. Anyway, there's also been content changes to ATV and RTV. They're now 20 to 30 minutes long, rotating each week to a different studio and hosted by members of that studio too. This week's ATV and RTV were from the LA studio. Next week's will be from the UK. We also had the monthly subscriber RTV this week, which has been renamed to the Subscriber Town Hall. And with the character team, who were the people being interviewed effectively this week, we learnt a few news nuggets there. So in regards to facial customization, we're going to be able to choose various heads to start with a possible minor alteration system where we can change eye and hair colour and that sort of stuff. In future, they want us to have more of a custom experience for editing faces however we want, but that's whether they can implement that and exactly what's necessary. Female character models will be slightly shorter than the male models. The Devarin race is being worked on currently, but they're quite hush-hush about everything there. And NPCs will be all the same height, at least in the short term, mainly because it's easier for them to work with that height system. In ATV, they showed us a few bits and bobs. As I said, it's from the LA studio. They start by showing us off some atmospheric flight with that atmospheric flight system. It's going to be relatively dynamic, so if your ship has been damaged, it's going to affect your atmospheric flight, and it's going to be about the shape of your ship. Some ships are going to handle like trucks, whereas others, like the Gladius, are going to glide seamlessly through the air. There are also like the procedurally generated planets below as well, so don't forget that. It all looks very exciting. We also saw some more of the ship animations for the Persistent Universe and animations in general. So we got to see the enter and exit animations, as well as some life animations for people working behind the bar, leaning, sitting, moving around, interacting. They are also updating the male base model to match the quality of the female model they've been making, with some new high and low poly sculpts. They focused on hands heavily as well, because it's important. We're going to be effectively living in these bodies when we're running around the universe, and they want to get all the polys and the hands and everything looking as cool as possible. Hopefully we'll have the female and male models both updated and in our hands soon. It'd be great to actually have that female model finally. Also, the Reliant Flight Ready, that's coming. They showed it in-game in ship shape. It looks absolutely fantastic when it changes flight mode. So it starts off in a horizontal takeoff mode, and you also use this for landing. And then you can change into vertical mode for flight, like general flight and combat. Although you have to be in landing mode or the horizontal mode for exiting and entering seats. The Reliant variants were considered as well when they were making the core. They want to be able to have it so that you can easily change the components in and out, or the modules in and out. They also had to make the cockpit slightly bigger, otherwise you'd have to crouch to get in. The Reliant core will be flyable in 2.5 when it goes live and on sale at the same time. MVP this week goes to Glantor Enzo, I can't say words, for his Star Citizen printable control sets. These are actually pretty cool and give you a quick reference to the control sets. Very well done. This week's behind the scenes was some GrimHEX Clothing, basically showing off a punk clothing line because they're a bit edgy over there in GrimHEX. They've also gone for like angular shapes, some leathers as well. It's definitely a different clothing brand than we've had from Kasaba Outlet. It's kind of evil Star Trek villain meets Camden Town. They said that Blade Runner and general streetwear were their influences there. You've got some band t-shirts as well, the Lidos, Gutter Wash. There's some quite cool stuff there if you're into that sort of stuff. I do quite like the angular shaped leather jackets. Star Citizen Alpha 2.5 is out for the Evocati testers and should hopefully be going to the PTU for a larger audience relatively soon, and then on to live after that. As it's in the Evocati test phase, I can't talk too much about it, but hopefully soon we shall have it into our hands. In RTV, there were a couple of little other news nuggets that we haven't discussed. They talked about some of the animation stuff. So AI actions are going to be based on when and where it is. Their behavior is also going to be affected by the actions that they have been doing or have completed. For example, they can get drunk and stumble around. This should add life into the universe. These animations and behaviors, being able to lean, sit, do simple tasks, may make it into the game for players too. It's just whether or not they can implement them and whether it's sensible too. The enter and exit animations, holding shift will make you do the fast animation for entry exit, and holding V, or whatever your walk key is, will make you do the slow casual one. I assume this is just for testing and that the game will dynamically assess what you do come the time and work out what you need to do, or maybe you can choose to do both, but I can't imagine not wanting to do the fast one for, metagame purposes. But I suppose some people aren't like me and want to enjoy the game rather than be as meta as possible. Anyway, the candy to my ears kind of statement here was the Caterpillar. That Caterpillar can possibly take up to 8 crew, they think. It's similar now, getting more and more close to it being a capital ship. It can hold dragonflies as it's like a mini carrier, but also has extremely heavy modularity. I'm really excited about the Caterpillar. It's slowly quite fast becoming my favourite ship, surpassing the Orion, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what turns up with that. Also, Time Warner, they're doing a kind of live Q&A about the tech that CIG uses, so that's TWC-BC, or Time Warner Cable Business Class. I've put some info and links in the description below. It's at noon Eastern Time on the 10th of August, and fans of Star Citizen or the technology that they're using or whatever are encouraged to ask questions. But anyway, that's all I've got for the news this week. I've also got a No Man's Sky video up. I'm planning to do a little tiny bit of that on my channel, obviously the PC version, but check on that, have a look at it, give me some feedback, help me. You're in charge of my channel, effectively. Give me some direction of exactly what sort of content you want me to do. Thank you so much as well, guys, for all the lovely comments. Anyone that watches my channel in general and that's been sharing my content, Everyone has really helped me out so much recently. It's been an absolute pleasure to make videos. And thank you so much to my Patreons and people that have donated as well. You guys have, this month especially, helped me out more than you could ever know. I've been really tight financially recently, and that's enabled me to get equipment I needed and replace a couple of bits and bobs. I'm going to LAN to I-58 and stuff like that has allowed me to do that. So thank you so much. You guys are absolute legends. Yeah, I can't thank you enough. And I will see you in the verse.